Welcome. In today's class, we look at two problems and their solutions. The first one that we are considering is we have two free point charges plus q and plus 4q, and these are L distance apart. A third charge is so placed that the entire system is in equilibrium. Okay, so entire system is in equilibrium. So find the location, magnitude and sign of the third charge. So we have two charges plus q and plus 4q. Okay, plus q and plus 4q, and they are at a distance L apart. Okay, a third charge is so placed that the entire system is in equilibrium. Find the location and magnitude and sign of the third charge. So here the two charges. At position 1 we have plus q charge, at position 2 we have the 4q charge, and the third charge q, capital Q, this has to be placed. Actually the third charge capital Q has to be placed on the line joining the other two charges so that they are all in equilibrium. Equilibrium means the net force acting on them is 0. Okay. The third charge will have to be placed on the line joining the two charges. At no other place the net force on the third charge will be 0. Okay. So it is placed on the line joining the two charges, and assume that it is at a distance small x from the first charge, charge 1, q. Okay. Now for equilibrium, the force acting on the third charge q, due to the first charge and the second charge, this has to be equal to 0. The sum of the force acting on the third charge due to the first charge plus q and the second charge plus 4q, that must be equal to 0. Okay. Now force between two charges, it is by Coulomb's law, it is proportional to the product of the charges, inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Suppose we have two charges q1 and q2, then F12, vector F12, that is the force on 1 due to 2, okay, force on 1 due to 2, that is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 q2 product of the charges by r square. Okay, by r square. R is the distance between them, and this r21, this is a unit vector that shows the direction of the force. It is from 2 to 1. Okay, F12 is the force acting on 1 due to 2. Okay, and R21 is a unit vector directed from the second charge to the first charge. Okay. So here what we are doing is the net force acting on the third charge is equal to 0. So F31 is the force acting on the third charge by the first charge. F32 is the force acting on third charge by the second charge. So this is their vector sum is equal to 0 when the charge 3 is in equilibrium. Okay. So it can be written as 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q x square. X is the distance between first charge and third charge, and R13. What is R13? It's a unit vector from 1 to 3. Okay, R13 is a unit vector from 1 to 3. F32 is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q 4q. Okay, that is force acting on third charge by the second charge. So capital Q for Q, 4 pi epsilon 0. The distance between them is L minus x. Here we know the distance is L minus x. The distance between the third charge and second charge is L minus x. Whole square R23, that's the unit vector from 2 to 3. Okay, from 2 to 3. And we know R13 that is equal to minus of R23 because they are in opposite direction. R13 is from 3 to 1. Sorry, it is from 1 to 3, and R23 is from 2 to 3. Okay, R23 is from 2 to 3. R13 is from 1 to 3. R23 is from 2 to 3. So they are in equal and opposite unit vectors. So here we can take, here we will have a negative sign here, and we can cancel. Since we have a 0 on the right hand side, we can cancel the q 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, small q, like that. So what remains is this 1 by x square equal to 4 by L minus x square. And from this we can find L is 3x, x is equal to L by 3. Okay, so this distance x, that has to be L by 3, for they are in equilibrium. Okay, so I think that is clear to you now. Now what in the second part, we have to see the magnitude and sign of the third charge. The magnitude and sign of the third charge has to be found out. So what will be it? The magnitude and sign of the third charge. For that, what we do is we consider the equilibrium of small charge q, or it can be the equilibrium of the charge for q. Okay, we consider the equilibrium of the small charge q, that is the net force acting on it is 0. Okay, and what is net force acting on it? F13 plus F12. We know F13 is the force acting on the first particle, first charge by the third charge, and F12 is the force acting on the first charge by the second charge, and their sum has to be 0. So F13 is equal to minus of F12. F13 is this 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q, capital Q over x square R31, unit vector R31, and F12 is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q for q by L square. Okay, L is the distance between the first charge and the second charge, R21, and we know this R31 and R21, they are in the same direction. Okay, R31 is a unit vector from 3 to 1. R21 is a unit vector from 2 to 1. They are in the same direction. So they are equal. So as we calculate the Q, okay, 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 will get cancelled. We will get Q, capital Q, as equal to minus 4qx square by L square. And we know x is L by 3. We have seen that x is L by 3. As we substitute for x, we will finally get q, capital Q, as equal to minus 4q over 9. Minus 4q over 9. So this is the charge, and it has to be negative. We see it has to be negative. So this is the magnitude and sign of the third charge. Okay. Now we move on to the second problem. So first problem we solved using the Coulomb's law. Okay, this definition has to be clear to you. That is F12, the force acting on the first charge by the second charge, that is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 q2 by r square r21, where r21 is a unit vector from 2 to 1. Okay. Then we have the second question. Find the electric field at distance z. Find the electric field. We are finding the electric field, not the force. Electric field at distance z above the midpoint between two equal charges q and distance d apart. Okay, what is the electric field? The second part is what is the electric field if z is much greater than d. So d is the distance between the two charges. Okay, so this is the situation here. We have two charges here, A, B, Q, Q. Distance between them is d. Okay, half of it is d by 2. It is we want to determine the electric field at P, which is at a distance z above the line joining, above the midpoint of the line joining the two charges. So we place a test charge at point P, and the electric field will be in a direction along the force acting on that charge. Okay. So the electric field at the point P due to the charge at A, that will be along AP, okay, from A to P, and the electric field at the point P due to the charge at B, that will be along BP, okay, and this angle theta is there, angle theta is marked there. This distance from A to the midpoint of the line, that is d by 2, and the point P is at a distance z above it, and AP is r, BP is also r. Okay. Now the electric field at P due to the charge at A, that is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q by r square along AP. Okay, along AP. And the electric field at P due to the charge at B, that is equal to the same magnitude 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q by r square along BP. Okay, along BP. Now resolving this EA and EB into components, we are resolving this. So the parallel component of EA is along AP, parallel component is EA sin theta, and the perpendicular component is EA cos theta. See the angle theta here. This is angle theta, this is theta, this also is theta. So the parallel component parallel to the line joining the two charges, that will be EA sin theta, and perpendicular component will be EA cos theta. And for EB also, the parallel component will be EB sin theta, and perpendicular component EB cos theta. Okay, EA sin theta and EB cos theta. So what happens is the parallel components that cancel. EA sin theta will cancel with EB sin theta because they are in opposite direction, and their magnitudes are same. EA and EB are same. Okay. So EA, the magnitudes are same, so EA is equal to EB. So EA sin theta get cancelled by EB sin theta. So we will have only the component perpendicular to the line joining the two charges. That component is EA cos theta plus EB cos theta. Okay, EA cos theta plus EB cos theta. So net field at P is along the perpendicular to the line joining the two charges, that is EA cos theta plus EB cos theta. E and EB are equal in magnitude, so 2 EA cos theta, so that is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q by r square. EA is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q by r square cos theta, and we know cos theta from the triangle. We can take, there are two triangles, we can take any triangle. Cos theta, that is equal to Z over R. cos theta is z over r. Okay. And r we know cos theta is z over r, and r we know r is root of z square plus d by 2 square. Okay, r is root of z square plus d by 2 square. So we substitute for r. R is root of z square plus d by 2 square. So we will get this. Cos theta is z by r. So what we get is 2qz. Okay, 2qz 4 pi epsilon 0 z square plus d by 2 square whole to the power 3 by 2. Okay, whole to the power 3 by 2. K is the unit vector along the z direction. Okay, K is the unit vector along z direction. Okay, so this is the electric field. Now, if z is much greater than d, okay, z is much greater than d. Here, you know, the second key is z much greater than d. Then the electric field is given by, we neglect this d by 2 combined with z. So we will get what? 2qz over 4 pi epsilon 0 z cube. K is the unit vector that is along the z direction. So this is the electric field, and this is exactly equal to 2q. There is a mistake here. We will cancel one z with the z cube, so we will get 1 by z square. So this is actually 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 2q by z square. Okay, 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 2q by z square. So what happens here is, when z is much greater than d, this distance, this perpendicular distance is much greater than this d, we are actually looking at the two charges to very far away place above the two charges. So they will be, these two charges will look like a system or a single charge of charge 2q. Okay, because that separation between them is very small. So we get the corresponding expression. The corresponding expression for a electric field due to 2q charge is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 2q by z square. Okay, so this is the electric field at a distance z above at a distance z from a 2q charge. Okay, 1 by 2 pi epsilon 0 2q by z square k. Okay, so we are getting exactly the same result.